Welcome back, dear student, at Leaders Language School Senior 1. In this video, we are going to try together a trial exam. Right, I'm going to give you a chance first to think about the correct answer. Then we'll discuss, or we are going to discuss the model answers together. We'll start first with the multiple choice test or questions, right? Choose the correct answer. My advice to you, right, read the 4 options first. These are called options. Of course, someone is correct and the others are not correct or are incorrect, right? And after that, read the stem of the question. This is called the stem. So we have the stem here and the options here, right? Then decide the correct answer. The first question here, Hannah graduated in the Faculty of Commerce last year, but up till now, she hasn't decided on a banking. We have position, career, work, job, of course, career. Why is career here, right? Career is a job, right, for a long time, is a job that someone does for a long time in order to earn his living, right? Question number 2, some students find difficulty when they from one language to another. You have from a language to another, so the correct answer is translate. You can say translate or translate. This is the correct answer, right? Translate. Translation, you see, it is a process that in which, right, you transfer or you translate from a language, for example, from Arabic into English or from Arabic into, right, to Germany and so on. Question number 3, space, that there are at least 50 names on the list. They may be more or less. They may be more or less. This sentence indicates that the speaker is not sure about the correct amount or the correct number. So we use estimated. What does it mean, or what estimated means here? Estimated here, you see, it is an approximate judgment, right, about a certain number. It is not exactly the same number or the correct number, but nearly or approximately right number. Here, question number 4, the room is 10 meters wide. It is really, right, you have board, broad, abroad, and aboard and abroad, right? The second choice is the correct one, broad, right? Why? Because you see the last one abroad, outside the country, aboard, you see here on the board of the ship. Question number 5, the word imagination is an antonym for the word, you see, it is an opposite for the word, right, imagination, right? Imagination, the same meaning as, you see, fancy, but it is opposite to reality. It is a must. It is a must, you see, it is obligatory. It is a must to have an operation. The word must here means what? Prohibition, something prevented, right? Deduction or probability or necessity. Of course, necessity, right? Because must, as you know, must is used for what? For necessity. An order is used to, right, to indicate or to express necessity and obligation. I have a, for the exam, it contains a few pages, right? We say if it contains a few pages and it is for the exam, what do you use, right? At your school, we use booklet, right? I really pity mother because she had a broken leg when she off the stairs. right? We have here stressed, and we have slept, and we have sliced and stayed. Of course, we have right many slices of meat or cheese, right? And they have here stress here to make you see or to certain something, to assure something. But slept here, what does it mean slept here, right? While walking, for example, on the ground or on the floor, there was water, so I slipped. I slipped, I fell down. I fell down. 9. Students in STEM schools. STEM schools here, science, technology, engineering, and math school, must research regularly. Right. With research, we use the verb do, not put or give or make, but do. We can say make a decision, give money, put something on something, but do a research. Do a research. Okay. We right again, please. STEM here. It is acronym for 4 words. S science, T technology, E engineering, and M math. 10. When you are nervous, you control of yourself, right? You you right lose control. We say you lose control, right, of yourself. I went to the airport, a taxi. We have something here, right, that we must know. If you have an article a or an, we say in a taxi, in a taxi. If you don't have an article a or an, we use right by taxi, by plane, and so on. But here we have an article before taxi, so it is right. The correct choice is in in a taxi. Space here has test results, right? Omar hurried to phone his father, right? Have known, has known, known or knowing. The correct option is knowing, right? It means that when he knew, right? When he knew, sorry, when he knew his test results, Omar hurried to phone his father, right? We can use right have been knowing his test results, but the tense here right will be different, not the same tense. Okay, so the only correct answer is knowing. 13. The dogs, everyone in the neighborhood, right? The dogs, right, have woken up, have woken up. Everyone in the neighborhood. You may ask me why, because the dogs here, right, plural and has with singular subject, right, are woken up. It is not a passive sentence, you see, and this is used with what? Passive and right singular. Singular, present, passive voice. Egypt's energy supply increased after right discovering a new natural gas field in Sinai, right, will increase because you see here it is something certain in the future. Question number 15. Mother said to her son, you see, to forget not to take his medicine. Don't forget to take your medicine. Not to take, not to forget, sorry, to take his medicine, and not to forget to take your medicine. Okay? If you want to choose the correct option, you must remember or you must know first what was the original sentence where they were talking together or they are talking together, and she tells him, son, for example, don't forget to. Don't forget to, right? Don't forget to. This is we call it direct question. Sorry, direct. It is positive, right? It is positive here. So mother said to his son, you have right those two brackets here. Don't forget to take your medicine. If you want to change it into indirect speech, right, we delete the two brackets here and we say mother said to his son, so mother told his son not to forget, not to forget. Again, in order to understand it well, okay, it is direct, it is not indirect. We are going to choose the exact word is said by the mother to her son, okay? Don't forget, right? Don't forget to, sorry, don't forget to what? Don't forget to take your medicine, okay? 16, do you know what? Do you know what? This is, you see, an indirect question, right? Do you know what? So we are going to choose here, right, the sentence that is not in the form of a question. You see, affirmative one. Do you know what the time is? What the time is? Okay. You may ask me, Mister, right? We have a question mark here and we have a question. We must use what is the time, right? The answer for your objection is, the question is here, do you know? Do you know? So there's no question here. It is indirect question, right? What the time is. 17, do you know what? The same, you see it is repeated. It is the same question repeated. Now we have a reading here, okay? Before answering the questions, please listen to me carefully. In order to understand the text, you must read it carefully and you must know and decide the topic sentence in the text or in the paragraph. From the topic sentence, you are going to know, okay, you are going to know what? You are going to know the important, right, you see here, or the main idea of the passage, the main idea of the passage, okay? So let's read the first part together, okay? Book lovers will be sad, book lovers, okay, will be sad to hear that the owners of Morton's, the famous bookshop, have announced its closure, okay? So we have, this is the topic sentence. What it is about? It is about the closure of the bookshop. If you have a question like this, the main idea of the passage, I say again, look at the topic sentence. It is mostly the first sentence in the paragraph. Right? From it, you can get out, you can know the main idea of the whole paragraph. The main idea you see here, the idea that the writer wants to introduce to you. So the main idea of the passage here, closure of a local bookshop. Closure of a local bookshop. Okay. The owners have been selling its books for more than 50 years and it will be missed. Right now, read the whole paragraph, the whole passage, and then try to know the details that describe or illustrates or explain the main idea that is mentioned in the topic sentence right here, which is mostly the first sentence in the paragraph. Then go here to answer the questions. Read the 4 options first. Try to know what is incorrect. Delete it, cross it out, and after that you can choose the correct one. The Mortons couldn't save their business as nobody is ready to purchase, to buy shops in that, right? The town center. Lots of people are willing to buy shops in the town center. Prices, right, of shops in the town centers are getting cheap, or parking areas are enough, right, are enough in the town center. Okay, now again, the Martins couldn't save their business as, right, lots of people are willing to buy shops in town center. Okay, let's read this part. Robert Morton said that they have to close because of financial circumstances. They have difficulties, you see here, to save money, to get more money, to get benefits, profits, and so on. They have fought tooth and nail. Tooth and nail, they have fought tooth and nail here. It is an idiom. That means that they tried hard to save the bookshop, or they tried hard, you see, right, to keep the bookshop open, to keep the shop open, right? Bankruptcy here, right? It means that to be right, they failed, or they are unable to to pay back the loan they got from the bank, has been staring us in the face, and we wanted to act before we had to call in the receiver. Okay, he said, we must acknowledge that we have we must acknowledge that we have reached the end of the road. This is the first time that we have been in a tight corner. A tight corner here means that they are in a difficult situation. On previous occasions, we managed, you see, we were able to. It was difficult, but we managed to cope until things improved financially. A few years ago, we had no difficulty selling either the business of the business or the building, one of them. Now we have given up. We have given up. You see, we quit the idea. We have given up trying to find an owner for the business, and the building is still on the market. There is no demand for commercial property in the center of the town. People prefer to stop at the shopping complexes, right? New places in the town, out of the town, right? Or you know that out of the town, new malls are built, and people prefer to go to these places, right? Where there are, you see, malls, bookshops, and so on, where there is plenty of parking spaces. They have no difficulty to park their cars, and where they get a large selection of goods in a relatively small area. Besides, the cost of maintaining property in the town center is going up. These are the reasons, you see, why this bookshop, you see, declares or announces its closure. Town center shops are facing an uncertain future. Question number 13, right? The underlined phrase, they have fought tooth and nail. What does it mean, right? I said it, you see, if you remember. Okay, they tried hard. It means that they tried hard. Okay, sorry. They tried hard. They tried hard to keep their bookshop open. 21. Which of the following ideas is not mentioned in the passage? Right here. Uh, this one, book lovers are suffering from the model. We have here the future holds little hope for the town center shops, or book lovers are suffering from the Mortons. People like to shop at malls out of town. Lack of money leads to business distraction. But you see, right? Pay attention, right? The question is not mentioned. Is not mentioned. So, right? Book lovers are suffering, right, from the Martins. This sentence or this point is not mentioned in the passage. 22 here, explain why business in the town center, right, shops is exposed to danger. Mention two reasons. Number one, people prefer to shop at the shopping complexes out of town, so they do not uh, go to the Martins bookshop any longer or anymore. The owners have financial difficulties, okay, and they are facing bankruptcy. They are facing what here? You see, bankruptcy. Uh, 23 or 23, right? Infer, you see here, right? You get out the idea of infer or extract the reasons that might have stopped the closure of the Martins bookshop, right? If they can avoid bankruptcy, if the Martins bookshop has a big collection of books or a big, you see, selection of books, in this case, you see, in this case, they can go on using or doing their business in the same bookshop. 24, okay, do you think it is a critical thing related to critical thinking? It is a critical thinking question here, that increasing the number of bookshops in any city is important. Why and why not? Yes, right? I think so. I think what? I think that increasing the number of bookshops in any city is very important. Why? Okay, because increasing the number of bookshops, you see, encourages reading. Encourages reading. Okay, as you know, the reading is the food of minds. We have translation here. Now we have translation, right? In order to translate, right, from English to Arabic, from Arabic to English, you must read first, right? Read the sentence or the passage or the lines first. Try to know what it is about, and after that, guess the meaning of the difficult words. Then start your translation. A few languages including Latin and Egyptian. You see, in Arabic لقد استمرت القليل من اللغات. طيب أنا قلت هنا لقد ليه؟ إن عندي هنا have tasted present perfect. Present perfect have tasted we use here لقد استمرت القليل من اللغات، لكن ما نقدرش نقول هنا لغات قليلة استمرت. احنا قلنا الترجمة في العربي ما نبدأش بالاسم. لقد استمرت القليل من اللغات بما فيها اللاتينية والمصرية here including Latin and Egyptian. Have lasted more than 2000 years. أكثر من 2000 عام. ولذلك so nothing stays longer in our minds than the languages we inherit. ولذلك هنا ولذلك لا شيء يبقى في عقولنا أكثر من اللغات التي نرثها. طبعا انتوا ممكن someone of you, right, can translate it in another way. Okay, your translation may be better than this, right? If you are excellent or perfect in Arabic, you can choose, you see, strong words, okay, and so on. Here, please translate into English. You have a sentence or line in Arabic, translate into English. في ضوء إعلانكم عن وظيفة مترجم يجيد اللغتين الإنجليزية والألمانية بطلاقة. According to your advertisement, according to your advertisement about a translator's job that masters speaking English and German fluently. Okay, that masters here we can say that, right, translator's job that you see speaks English and German fluently, but I used here the word masters in order to indicate or in order to translate the word يجيد. The second part here أتشرف بتقديم سيرتي الذاتية. It is a great honor to present. Alright, you can say it is a great honor, right, to me, right, or it is a great honor to present my CV hoping آملا أن أكون عضوا to be an effective member in your company. Okay, here we see write an essay of about 150 words on one of the following topics. You have to choose a topic from these topics you see, and you are not going to write a paragraph, you are going to write an essay, maybe 3 or 4 paragraphs. Okay, in order to write a perfect essay, first of all, you must understand the topic you are going to write about. Then in the introductory paragraph or the introduction, you are going to use something called, you see, thesis statement. Thesis statement, it is the same as the topic sentence used in the paragraph. I mean that start your paragraph by a hook, a sentence that attracts the attention of your leaders. Then you see give background information in the introduction also. The last sentence, I say again, the last sentence in the introduction is called thesis statement. It is the statement of the sentence that has the main idea of the whole essay. Then paragraph 2 and 3, right, we call them body paragraphs, or if you have only one paragraph, paragraph 2 is body paragraph, and the last one you see here, it is the paragraph that has the conclusion of the whole essay. Okay, try, you see, to make an outline for your essay before you write. Try to mention, okay, what is the introduction, what is the thesis statement, what are, you see, the points you are going to write about, what is your conclusion, right? If you make, right, an outline about your essay, in this case you will write a very good and perfect paragraph. Thank you. May Allah be with you. See you inshallah in the coming on the next videos. Goodbye.